Dino Gaudio situation. He has pled guilty to the federal charge of attempted extortion. And we talked about this in an earlier video, Nate. So basically what had happened was in this whole case was he was fired by Louisville. He was the assistant coach for Louisville, but he was fired. And in a result of that, to respond to them, he said that he wanted 17 months salary or the lump sum $425,000. And if he didn't get it, he was going to expose videos of Louisville illegally recruiting athletes to the media. And in regards to that, he ended up getting charged with attempted extortion. And honestly, Nate, I'll start off with this first. But before I do, the source for this was ESPN Associated Press. Look, Nate, I'm not shocked that he pleaded guilty. I'm not. And the reason why is because he did admit this and he did admit this according to his lawyer's statement. Now, Nate, if you know any, now here's the thing: lawyer statements, I don't think they're their exact words. To be honest with you, that's just my opinion. Okay, I don't think the lawyer goes through their exact words and goes, "This is what he actually said." I don't think that's the way it works. I think they kind of modify it a little bit to sound, to
In other
sound
words, paraphrase.
not even paraphrase. I think they modify it a little bit to make it sound less of what it really, of more of what it really is. So like, I think they modify it to make the suspect sound better, if that makes any sense to you. So in this statement, he admitted to doing it. He said that to his family and to the players, he apologizes and all that type of stuff. So again, I'm not sure if out of that statement, what he actually said or not, but regardless, this doesn't surprise me because he did admit to it. However, because he did plead guilty, Nate, he will avoid prison. Now, I don't know how he managed that because he was originally facing 2 years of prison time with the possibility of probation. I don't know how he managed that. I don't. Now I know when you take a guilty plea, I know that the sentence is less, but I don't know how he avoided prison time, to be honest with you, Nate. But regardless, Dino Gaudio is never going to get a job as a basketball coach again. I can't see it happening. After what he did with Louisville, I can't see a school that trusts him. But here's what I will say. It's going to be tough for this dude to get a job, period, after what he did, because that is going to be on your record. Now since you pleaded guilty of it, regardless of you not getting prison time, that will be on your record. Now again, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happens after this. Again, he goes about move on with his life. I'm not sure if there's gonna be like a separate punishment with that, whether it's gonna be a probation, a fine, community service. Maybe he'll have all sorts of those types of things, but it's not gonna be prison time. But regardless, Nate, it's gonna be really hard for Dino Gaudio to find a job in general, not just basketball, because of what he did. But look, I'm going to say this, okay? Louisville, I'm not sure if Louisville was illegally recruiting people. According to Dino Gaudio, he had videos, and those videos were turned into authorities, too. That's what the lawyer also said in this statement. I'm not sure what's in those videos, but if they were doing that too, again, shame on Louisville. We talk about this millions of times. Why are you illegally recruiting athletes? I don't understand it. I don't get it. I really don't. But Dino Gaudio thought he was going to pull a fast one on the college, and it really backfired on him. So because of that, Dino Gaudio now has a charge on his record of attempted extortion. Now, here I will say, okay, his basketball legacy is tarnished. As a coach, it's tarnished after this. Okay, I can't see a team that's going to trust him. He's worked for Louisville for 40 years, Nate. 40 years this man has worked with Louisville. Because in this statement, he talked about how he hopes that they could consider his 40 years in the Louisville program. He also, but yeah, Nate, let me tell you something. Like it really is unfortunate. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, like, so what's next for Dino Gaudio? And that's the thing we got to look at. What's the future for Dino Gaudio? Well, he's not going to be in basketball ever again. I can tell you that much. It's going to be really hard for him to find a job. But I will say this, okay? I hope that Dino Gaudio learned from this situation, because here's the thing: the only thing that's worse than him getting an attempted extortion charge, okay, is him getting that same charge again. The whole point of mistakes is to learn from your mistakes and move forward. That's the whole point of it, okay? So even though even though he did this to Louisville and is absolutely wrong with what he did, the only thing that's worse is doing it again to a different company. You get what I'm saying? Because if you just continue to do this, more people are being affected by it, and that's something that we just don't want to see. Because at the end of the day, this dude tried to pull out either 17 months of salary or $425,000 from this college, and that's something that is just unforgivable. It really is. But I hope that whatever is next in his future, again, he was lucky to avoid jail time, and I don't know how he did it, Nate. I really don't. I understand guilty plea gives you a smaller sentence, but I don't know how he did that, Nate. But hopefully he learned from this, and whatever is left in his future, I hope that he did learn from this, and I hope that he could rebuild himself as a person, because as a basketball head coach, he's done. There's nobody's going to hire him. Getting a job in general, a good job in general, I think now is going to be tough. And the worst thing of all, Nate, is it affects his family. It affects this man's family because he has a family that he needs to support, or regardless of that, he has a family. And again, this affects them because now he's got to go find a different job. I bet as a college basketball coach, you were getting paid a lot of money. Okay. But now you got to go find a different job. But whatever that job is, I hope that he learned from this mistake, and I hope that he moves forward in his life. And I hope that this doesn't happen to anybody else. Because again, extortion is a very, very big charge. It's a very serious charge, Nate. You're literally taking money from people. You're taking money away from a company. And in Gaudio's case, he didn't take it. It was attempted, but regardless, it's still a serious crime. So with that being said, I'm not really going to wish anybody the best of luck because, again, Louisville, if they did illegally recruit, shame on them. You shouldn't be doing it. There's no reason to illegally recruit athletes. Okay, if your college is that good, like you say it is, you should make a pitch. You should make a good enough pitch to the point where it's not illegal. It's as simple as that. So with that being said, I'm not going to wish nobody the best of luck. Again, I think I think this case is closed, and I think now you just look into the future of what's next. But look, let this be a lesson to people, okay? And especially companies. You might get fired from a job, okay? And I understand that. It might annoy you, it might upset you, but trying to get revenge like this is not going to help, okay? The best way you can get revenge on a company that fired you, ready? And this is the best advice I can give you for this. The best way to do that is to go to a different company and prove them wrong. Is to prove them wrong. That's how you get your revenge. Because at the end of the day, when they see what you turn into, they'll regret it. That is the best way you get revenge on somebody, is to prove them wrong. We fired you because of this, okay? You were fired. We didn't think you were a good enough assistant coach. What Dino Gaudio could have said was, all right, fine. Go apply for different colleges and prove them wrong. That's what he could have did, but he ended up choosing the low road, and because of that, it really did affect him. So with that being said, everybody who's trying to get revenge on a company, do it by proving them wrong, okay? Don't do it by these types of things. And that's all I really got to say about this whole thing, Nate, and I'll pass it on to you.
Right. One thing I don't think you mentioned this, but the deal will be sentenced on August 27th. So him, he may be avoiding jail time right now, but that's still not out of the realm of possibility. So,
Well,
maybe he could be under house. He could be under house arrest. He could actually go to jail. Things like that. Like anything could happen.
right. Well, I don't think he's going to go to prison because, again, it says he will avoid prison time, but he could get a fine, probation. I want to say community service might be involved in it, but I think for this charge right here, he did avoid prison time, which I don't know how he did, but
I don't care how he did it. I still think he should have went to prison. But that's just
I
me.
agree.
But look,
I agree.
it's yeah, Mario. Like when I look at the situation, I look at it like this. It was basically, obviously he was talking about how Louisville was illegally recruiting players, which if that's the case, shame on them. We don't know what's going on with that yet. And if there is something about that, we'll obviously talk about it. But as of right now, I haven't heard anything about that. But when I look at this, Mario, and I get he wanted to expose the school for doing so, but it's almost like the hero actually trying to play the hero, but not doing it correctly. So in other words, a failed hero. That's I'll say it like that.
Here's what I will say: if he would have got fired, right, and he would have just turned in the videos and be like, here, without asking for the money, we wouldn't even
we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Right, but the fact that you're using money to change their decision, that's what turns it into extortion. Trying to take money away from the college because you're upset. If you were to just turn these in.
Right, absolutely. And I get what he was trying to do, but you did it the wrong way. Hence why I say failed hero.
Right, and I don't even think he really, and again, I'm not even going to call him a hero because.
Well, obviously, no, but.
Right, if he was a hero, he wouldn't ask for money.
Yeah, that's why I mean a failed attempt at being a hero.
At the end
But
of the day, you can also
when
say he backstabbed him too.
yeah,
But again, stuff
absolutely.
like this, I'm gonna be honest, it shouldn't be happening. Illegally recruiting people, it shouldn't.
It shouldn't be happening again. Yeah, but again, those are just rumors and speculations. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah,
So
according to them, they got video, but they turned it into authorities. So I don't know what's
yeah,
going
so
on
I'm
after that.
I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. Again, if there is an update on that, we'll talk about it. But as of right now, I haven't heard absolutely anything from it, so we don't know what's going to happen. As for Dino Gaudio, yeah, he's not going to get another job as a coach again. If he does, I will be shocked. I will be shocked if he gets another job as a coach. But regardless, after this, I hope Dino Gaudio, like you said, I hope he learns from his mistakes, and can just be a better person moving forward, because even though we all do stupid things, doesn't mean we can't learn from them. So that's really what I had to say about that. So with that being said, Mark, I'm not gonna, like you said, I'm not gonna wish anybody the best of luck because again, Gaudio's case, we don't know what's going on at Louisville. So I'm not really gonna wish anybody the best of luck here. And honestly, the only thing else I can say is that if something happens, right, where you feel the need to put it out to the public, do it the right way.
Right.
All right, don't ask for money. Don't blackmail people. Don't extort people. Don't threaten them. Do it the right way. That's all I gotta say. But other than that, I'm not gonna wish anybody the best of luck. And if there is an update or a topic about Louisville with these allegations, then we'll talk about it moving forward.